There is an incredible amount of catastrophizing and hand-wringing out there in the creative industries about how many jobs we will lose to AI and what kind of world we're leaving for future generations, and the price we will ultimately pay for this technology of convenience. It's kind of a big deal. And I don't want to come on here and just dismiss these concerns because they're valid. I have kids that are going to be starting college soon, and this kind of stuff keeps me awake at night. But I saw a talk the other day by David Lee, who is the Chief Creative Officer at Squarespace, a CCO. I didn't even know that was a real job title. Sounds very official. Anyway, he was talking about our situation without ever actually saying the words artificial intelligence. At one point he said something like, the 2 letters I won't say because it doesn't need any more oxygen from me. But what was so interesting was that he was kind of saying the opposite of what I hear most of the time. The premise of his talk was that creativity is the only job left, with the after AI being implied. Strictly speaking, I don't totally agree with that. I think there will always be plumbers, carpenters, mechanics, skilled labor. I don't see a world where we can outsource that to robots, at least not for a long time. I saw a video recently that was supposed to be about a robot who could do laundry, and it was a total disaster. Kind of reassuring, actually. But I think what he was really saying is that there's going to be an incredible shift in how we do things, especially in an office or a design studio. But the need for our creativity will never go away. He went as far as to say a degree in design will replace the MBA, a business degree, as the most valuable education you can get. It's a great talk. You should check it out. He's also on the board of RISD, Rhode Island School of Design, where he was a student, so he has some ideas about education. And real quick, if you could just hit the thumbs up button and subscribe, that would be awesome. And if you like digging into these kind of ideas related to creativity, you should get on my free newsletter. You can get that at ktfpod.com. So another thing that I recently discovered is Wildcard, hosted by Rachel Martin from NPR. It's a cool concept for an interview podcast. It's organized into rounds, and there are questions printed on 3 cards, which the interviewee picks at random, almost like a game. But some of the questions are actually pretty heavy. So the first one I watched was with artist and writer Dave Eggers, and towards the end he got the question, what do you wish the younger generations understood? And he said something like, I wish they would realize they are one of one. There will only be one of you. There will never be another one of you. So to give your voice to a machine and say, just speak for me, I'm going to be silent, and tell a machine to express for me or tell my narrative is such a crime against yourself. And I don't know if you caught my recent episode, Keep the Flow, episode 75 to be exact, when I confessed about having used AI in various amounts while developing scripts for this show, and how I was not going to do that anymore. After reading about a study where writing without AI assistance contained up to 8 times as many new ideas. It was a hard thing to admit, because I know there are a lot of people out there who feel so passionately about not using it, like Dave Eggers. It's embarrassing, especially since I'm doing a show about creativity and I was letting my own creativity be diluted by a machine. So then Dave Eggers, he goes on to say, even your roughest drafts, even your most disjointed seeming thought is going to be valid, and your voice is essential. The human chorus is incomplete without your voice. I love that, especially the last part. The human chorus is incomplete without your voice. Beautiful. Both of these guys, Dave and Dave, the Daves, they're pointing essentially to the same thing. Our perspective, our point of view, the value of this collection of experiences and memories and likes and dislikes that make up how we experience the world. I think David Lee also used that phrase one of one in his talk. It's about our uniqueness, all of us. And no matter how much we train these LLMs, no matter how much of our writing we share with it, or how much of our photography or music or art we feed it, it will never know the joy of waking up late as a teenager on Saturday morning and smelling the breakfast your mom is cooking, or the fear of being carjacked in Paterson, New Jersey, or the thrill of playing at a packed jazz club and everything just miraculously coming together. There is part of being human that it will never get. And so, yes, I'm sure AI will have some role in creative industries, just not the creative part. But my fear is that a lot of creative people will completely rule out using AI in any capacity, that it becomes a badge of honor. And those people will have a hard time keeping up with those who find a way to leverage it in a way that makes them more efficient. And maybe this doesn't apply to every creative field equally, but even if you're working only in physical media, you still have non-creative stuff to deal with. I mean, for myself, there is all kinds of busy work, mostly like researching venues, promotional work, and just general organizational office crap, which I hate. There's so many things that I wish I had an assistant to be able to delegate things to. But I can't afford to hire anybody. This technology presents independent artists like us with the chance to have access to that kind of help. That's not taking a job away from anyone, but actually freeing us up from a ton of stuff that has nothing to do with our creative work. So, in a way, I'm in full agreement with the Daves. True creativity is out of reach for AI, and none of us should be falling for the idea that a machine could replace us. It can't. But I think it's disingenuous to say that any use of AI is somehow a moral failing. We will benefit from it, those of us who find a use for it. And if nothing else, it will make creativity, real human creativity, more valuable than we could have ever imagined. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. Thanks so much for hanging out. I'll catch you in the next episode. Until then, keep the flow.